Hello, amazing healers and beautiful humans. It is Dr. Liz here from the Bolin Health Institute. And I have a really fun story for you that put a lot of things in perspective about what's going on in my life and the world around me right now. And I'm assuming the world around you. So I want to share it with you. My son, Theo, is 4.5, and he's been having some pretty epic temper tantrums lately. And they've been getting increasingly worse. So this one time, I think I told him it was bedtime. And of course, blows up, big temper tantrums. Oh no, no, I cannot do that. I will not do that. That's so unfair. No. And the dramatic hand. You all know it. Anyone who's had kids or been around kids, you know it. The wail, the crying, the oh, and they look at you to make sure that you're watching their dramatic little temper tantrum to see if they could get anywhere with you. So he's doing one of those, and it's just increasing. Every time I say, okay, what do you need? Do you need a cuddle? Do you need a hug? Do you need a glass of water? What do you need? And the more I asked what he needed, the bigger his reaction got. The bigger the wails got about how no one understands him and no one can understand his situation and life's so hard. Actually kept telling me, life's so hard and you don't understand. And I can appreciate that. So I'm offering different things to help him self-regulate and soothe and to help him feel better and still feel empowered at the end of it. So at one point I actually put out my hand and I'm going to help him up. And he smacks my hand away. And in that instance, I remember the story my mentor once told me. And it was about a guy who was praying to God that he would be saved. Now, his hometown had just been flooded. And he's praying. He's going, dear God, please save me. Save me, save me, save me, dear God. I know you have a greater plan for me. Save me. So he's watching the flood water rise, and he's at the top of his roof. And as the flood water is rising, he sees a rescue boat of firefighters coming by. And their firefighters yell out to him and go, come, we have a spot for you. Do you want to be saved? And this man says, no, God's going to save me. And they went, okay. And the rescue boat went on by. And later on, there's a family who had their own speedboat, since it was a cottage country. And they go, come on, neighbor, hop on the boat. It's time to go. He goes, no, you go. You go. God's going to save me. And they're like, you sure? Like, the water's getting pretty high. I haven't seen many other people left here. You should really get on the boat with us. It's kind of like now or never. He goes, no, I have faith. God is going to save me. Okay. So the speedboat and his neighbors drive off. And then a helicopter comes down, pushes down a ladder right in front of him. And the people in the helicopter say, climb up. Very sternly, just climb up. It's time to get out of here. And he pushes the ladder away and screams up to the helicopter, no, God is going to save me. People in the helicopter go, okay, but we're here right now. Right now, right in front of you, we have salvation for you. He goes, no, God's going to save me. So the helicopter flies off. And at that point, there was no other rescue attempts. So when this man ends up in front of the gates of heaven, and he goes in front of God, he goes, God, why didn't you save me? God just looks at him and goes, really? I sent you a rescue boat for firefighters. I sent you one of your neighbors with a speedboat. And then I sent you a helicopter and told you to get up there. And you rejected all of them. And you just waited for what? Me not to? Divine intervention doesn't mean that I'm going to split the seas and come down and pick you up with my own hand. Divine intervention can be anything that comes in your path, and it's your job to be able to take the breadcrumbs. You got 3 attempts, then I believed you didn't want to be saved. And the man went, oh. So in that moment where my son knocked my hand away, I thought of that story. I thought, no matter what I'm going to offer, no matter what I'm going to do right now, he's not going to accept my help. And he has every single right to stay in his temper tantrum and have a crappy time. That's his right. So I had the right and the foresight to just let him wait it out until A, he either came to his senses, or B, he tired himself out so much he just went to sleep. And the next day would be different. So what I really started to notice was it wasn't just him. I noticed other areas in my life where I wasn't accepting resources, where I was actively smacking someone's hand away with different things that I was asking for. And I was being picky about how it showed up in my life and judging whether I liked it or not, versus being appreciative of the resources to get me where I wanted to go. So I've been in my master trainer course for NLP the last few weeks. And I had a really fun story pop up with my mentor. And if you keep reading below, it'll give you some of the major lessons that I've learned in my life lately. And I think that are going to apply to you guys too. So keep on reading. And I can't wait to hear from you all very soon.